but there's only one you need to hear from tonight. London, I'm about to win this competition. Maria, give me a beat. Woo! Muy bien. So, since the day I arrived in England, let's just say my faith has been tested on more than one occasion. First things first, I was shipped over from Spain on the night of my sweet 16th to marry some prince called Arthur, and I'm like, okay. But then Arthur died, so naturally I'm in prison for 7 years. Really helped with the grieving process, you know, but still I'm like, okay. But thank God they rescued me just in time to marry Prince Henry, my dead husband's brother. Okay. So I'm thinking, it's weird. But if you've seen him back in the summer of '09, let me tell you, he was. Okay. So 7 years later, we're still trying for an heir. And he's trying really hard. And I'm like, okay. And then he starts coming home late. I was just out with my ministers. But there's lipstick on his rump. And I'm like, okay. Then he wants to annul our marriage. Moves society into my palace and move me into a convent. Now. I just don't think I'll look that good in a wimple. So I'm like, no way. No way.
Hang on a sec, who was that other one?
I think you're thinking of me.
No, there was definitely a really important one.
Yeah, still me.
Yeah, I think she like overlapped with you.
Yeah. No, yeah, the really famous controversial one that people actually care about.
Yeah, you know, the one you've been waiting for, the one you've been waiting for, the mystery,
The one who changed history.
who changed history, mystery, the temptress,
The one with the plan to steal the man.
and the one who chased the king, but paid the price with the swordsman's switch. Well, she be the one to win.
What? Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
Well, weekend.
I'm not dead. Wait, didn't you actually die?
Yeah, it was so extra. Anyway, yeah, now I'm off the winner, so I think I'll do a solo. So my next song is one I wrote about the moment I found out Catherine of Aragon had tragically died. It's called Wearing Yellow to a Funeral. We'll sing along with those words. Over my dead body. Yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's my go next.
You? Quickly!
Excuse me? For real?
Yeah, weren't you the one he truly loved?
Oh yeah, did you give him the son he so desperately wanted? Yeah, like I had a daughter and he literally chopped my head off.
Yeah, okay, you're right. You're right, I was lucky. I was really lucky. I was in love. I just had a beautiful baby. Henry was happy because thank God it wasn't Edward. Not an Edwina. I was so excited for his first words, his first steps, for not getting a good night's sleep for 3 years. But I never got to see any of that. You know, people say Henry was stone-hearted, uncaring, and I'm not sure that's right. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know his times with the Queens before me have been hard, but they were also full of fire. He raged and stormed at them, and because they were both absolute badass monarchs, they raged and stormed right back. But I didn't believe that. Instead, I stood by him like I was made of stone. I stood firm, no matter his flaws, his tempers. No matter my doubts or fears, I stayed there, by his side. And that's not because I was scared, or naive, or weak. because I loved him.
Well, I guess you already know what happened next. How I came to England hopeful, summoned after the king saw my portrait, and how I, with my meagre looks the way they are, didn't live up to his expectations. I mean, it's the usual story, isn't it? The savvy, educated, young princess, deemed repulsive by the wheezing, wrinkled, ulcer-riddled man 24 years her senior. Rejection. Rejection from a king. How could anyone overcome a fate as devastating as being forced to move into a resplendent palace in Richmond? With more money than I could ever spend in a lifetime. Not a single man around to tell me what to do with it. I mean, seriously. Just tragic.
Sorry, who? Oh yeah, you remember? The least relevant Catherine.
Oh yeah, no, I still don't care. Oh, haha, funny.
Yeah, speaking of funny, good luck trying to compete with us, honey.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna need all the luck I can get. Your lives sounded terrible. And your songs. Really helped to convey that. I mean, Catherine, almost moving into a nunnery and then not. That almost could have been really hard for you. And Anne, getting your head chopped off. Surely that means you'll win the competition. Oh, wait, hang on a sec. Divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded. Oh, wait, never mind. And Jane, dying of natural causes. When will justice be served? And surviving. Seriously, Anna, all jokes aside, being rejected for your looks, legit sounds really rough. I wouldn't know anything about that. I mean, look at me, I'm really fit. So yeah, I can't even begin to think of how I compete with you all. Oh wait, like this.
That's enough!
Wait, what do you mean? I mean, I think we've had enough of this competition.
Yeah, you know what, Queens? She's absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's time to decide who won! No, stop!
I really don't think it's a good idea.
Literally, what you want about, mate?
Like, let's see what gets the biggest cheer. Being murdered by your husband or experiencing the trauma of losing a baby. Are we really going to do this? I'm pretty sure we've been doing that for the last hour, so... But... miscarriages. Come on, surely that's one step too far.
You've got a conscience all of a sudden.
Grandma! I'm Catherine Parr. I draw the line in arbitrary places.
I mean, she probably doesn't even have a story to tell. How can I even ask? Yeah. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I will tell you a story.
This ought to be good.
Go on then, Queens. Take a seat. Cheers, Joan. So, Henry and I actually have something in common. I've also had my fair share of marriages. Though, unlike Henry, I managed to get through them without decapitating anyone. I know. Gold star for Kathy Parr. But they had this really annoying habit of passing away. And so, as well as dealing with
you know, incapacitating grief. I also had to keep finding new husbands to avoid being ostracised. Tudor womanhood, would recommend. And then one day, finally I meet this guy, Thomas. He seemed like he might stick around for a while, and you guessed it, he turned out to be the love of my life. I know, right? We had this plan to get married, actually. But that's when Henry turned up, single and ready to make an unsuspecting woman his wife. Just my luck. So, that was that. I had to write a letter to Thomas, ending things. Dear Tom,